welcome to my content that I said I would be putting forward. As you all know, that I do affiliate online marketing as well as trading. So in order for you guys to get to know who I am as well as the people that I will be bringing through, I have decided to make a platform that is called I Am Me with AMP, which is me. So we do have our first guest, but before we get into this, I just want to explain what exactly this platform is. So what I've done is I've made a platform of different people from all walks of life that will be coming through and giving you guys an idea on what exactly they do for a career, what inspires them, what is the purpose, and why they've gotten into it. And hopefully, this will be encouraging for you guys to get into taking the leap of faith to do something for yourself. So let's get started. I do have Peter that is sitting with me today. We will be going over exactly what his background is and just the certain things that he's done to get to this point in his life. So, Peter, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, thanks for having me. My name is Peter. I'm 25 this year. Um, right now, I work as a banker. I work at the bank, and also as a side hustle, I'm also a personal trainer. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so I have my first question for you.
Yes. Okay.
What made you go into personal training?
To be honest, fitness was actually has actually been a big part of my life. It only blew up into like a massive growing passion because I was born with a heart condition, so I had a surgery when I was about 7 or 8 years old, and later on when I turned 15, 16, I had a bit of a heart thing again, and at the time my doctor had said that I need to keep myself fit and my fitness to be kept in check. So that's how I got started with fitness, and as I start working out and exercise throughout the year. Kind of found a new passion for it and kind of wanted to pursue it more and see if there's anybody else I could help, and that turned to a career.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So, in terms of your heart condition,
hmm
that would have been hard for you to get through in terms of training to be a personal trainer. What were some of the health or nutrition things that you did to keep yourself stable in order to still pursue this career?
Honestly, I wouldn't say I'm the best when it comes to being disciplined in those fields because I totally enjoy eating food. I have a partner, and even in my previous dating profiles, I've always loved going out to eat. I think it's one of those pillars of your life where you can't really. I mean, some people can compromise and find a ways around it. My ways around it is pretty much just having a balance that works for me and my friends and my surrounding, my family. I do eat. I wouldn't say I eat terribly bad because I did learn about nutrition, but I wouldn't say I eat terribly clean either, like super clean either, because I mean it's not sustainable for me. I work out. I want to say I work out maybe 4 or 5 times a week. Some people might think that that's too much for someone with a heart condition. Um, I would say otherwise. It's actually your body get used to it, and when you get a certain level of expertise or skill level of whatever field that you would like to participate or invest your time in, everything becomes a little bit more easier. So
Beautiful.
yeah.
That's very cool. So, like in terms of your family, what would you say is the drive, the purpose, or the why to what made you want to go down this path of being a personal trainer?
Um, my family actually has we actually have quite a few family members with heart conditions. Um, that was on my dad's side. My mom's side has more of the diabetes, kind of like condition passing down. My mom has it. My grandparents has them too. My grandpa actually passed away a couple of years ago. I think his health just got worse because of his diabetes and just certain diabetic kind of health issue that was elevated from diabetes and such. And so I'm just trying to break the curse.
Nice.
Um, Trying to advocate my family to exercise a little bit more. Yeah, my mom nowadays we actually got a puppy, so trying to advocate her to go for more walks
That's cool.
with the puppy, with my sister, and she does yoga every night before she sleeps. Yeah, so I'm just trying to break the curse and change it in our family because had a couple of important members passing due
Yeah.
to health concerns. Yeah.
Nice. So, okay, so I haven't explained the background to this, but me and Peter used to work together in retail. And one thing I've always remembered with Peter is his drive within, when we worked together, was definitely his family, his parents. He always tried really hard to work his way up within the management of retail because he was supporting his family, which I thought was very good. Actually, I thought it was amazing. So, in terms of your parents, did they migrate from, or like, because were you a born and bred
No.
Kiwi, or okay? So, what's the background to that?
Um. Actually, you guys probably heard of the sponsorship kind of immigration
Yes.
procedure. I want to say maybe 15, 20 years ago, it was a lot easier to sponsor somebody over here. And actually, it was all based on luck. My um, One of my our great auntie, actually was sponsoring one of her younger siblings, which is one of our great uncles from Vietnam. And it turns out that that person and their family didn't want to migrate over here, and it came to be our family, which my dad was happy to take on, the opportunity. He thought to himself, he and my mom discussed how it would, give me and my sister a better future, which obviously it did. And I mean, because right now, if we were back in Vietnam, we probably would be doing some other job just to get by because third world countries aren't as don't have as much opportunities. And I mean, yeah, I'm grateful for it. That was all in 2009. Oh, was it 2009? No, 2007. Sorry. 2007, we moved here. And yeah, I mean, it was hard coming over here. My parents worked all sorts of jobs. My mum went through a few kind of like job where she was a beauty technician, a nail technician, a baker. I mean, because if you have like a family member, or you have friends who are Vietnamese or Asian ethnic descent, you'll know that they work long hours and they just work whatever job that can earn, somewhat whatever pay they can get to put food on the table. My dad has been through multiple careers, and I think one thing that I learned from my parents is just to work hard, hustle hard, so my family can depend on me. Yeah.
So, just in terms of what you've just said to us, did you ever come across times where you felt mentally, like emotionally or mentally impacted by everything that was happening within your personal life, just because there was just so much pressure to get it right? Like, so, like, in terms of what were the things that you did to keep your mental health, at ease, as well as making sure that you were still able to provide and look after your family?
Yep. So I want to say when I was younger, skateboarding was probably one of my hobby
Awesome.
to get out there and not think of anything
I would
because
never have thought that.
yeah, I used to so I used to live right across the street. I used to live in Papatoy, sorry, in Manukau, and right across the street was a park. It's called Allenby Park. A lot of you probably would know, and Auckland would know that, especially South Side. And I would live opposite of the park, so I would come by and I would skate every single day after school and trip and fall. And I think it was one of my hobby where I get to escape reality a little bit. As I got older, I got into a bit of computer gaming, like most of us. Didn't really go well because like nothing lasts forever, even gold. So I moved into fitness when I think I got to maybe 17, 18. When I got to uni age, got into uni, start working out, and just messing around, but it was still good because I didn't have to be at home. By the way, at this time, little things I won't get into too much detail, but my family, my mom and dad kind of had a bit of a fallout. So it was tough. Was actually pretty tough. Because I have a younger sister, and we were just depending on one another. And at the time for me, like my escape, you know, place was probably just going for a swim or working out. And yeah, I wouldn't say I had multiple breakdown, but you know how sometimes you just don't know if I don't know how to say it, but back in the day, I think I was a bit young to even internalize how I was feeling from time to time. So the best way was to not think about it and just do something that would distract
Just
you.
keep pushing
Yeah,
pushing through, perseverance, yeah?
yeah.
So, like, in terms of that, I do have a couple of questions that is just around you personally.
hmm
So, if you were to leave this earth, what would you want people to remember you for?
If I were to leave this earth, I think I want people to remember me as the dude that you cannot predict, like the guy that you would not be able to predict, like the one that is sensible when you need him to be, but also super silly and stupid when you need to be. Um, I just hope that I'll leave this place and nobody think of me as an evil person, because the last thing I want to do is leave any bad karmic luck as I pass on. I wouldn't say I'm religious, but I'm Buddhist, and I have a strong belief in karma and all those notions. And so if I
So, pretty much it's like do good, get good,
do good, get good,
put out
good will
good
bounce back to
energy,
you.
get back good energy.
Yeah,
Totally, 100%.
I mean, I think if I leave this one thing very important, I would like to like achieve is able to lift up all the burden for my parents. We have a mortgage, and if I do leave, I just hope that one day. I mean, if I do pass them, I just hope that I'm known as the kid who worked hard and managed to have some saving to leave behind for his parents.
Beautiful.
Yeah, if that was me tomorrow.
Okay, good answer. And so, like, let's just say if you had a magic wand, right?
Uh
If you were to
huh.
wave your magic wand,
Uh huh.
what problem in the world would you like to have solved?
Like globally, like
Yeah, or like anything really, like could even be like national, international, like, but it's pretty much what would be a problem you would like to fix.
I think one of the biggest problem I want to fix is world hunger. I think the worst way for someone to live is not knowing if when the next meal
When
is
you're,
gonna come.
yeah, for sure.
It's even more heartbreaking when you see children not knowing what that feeling is, but still goes through that day by day. So that would probably be the first problem I want to get rid of is like just hunger, because yeah, nobody should sleep hungry, especially kids.
The sad thing about it is that it's happening in our own backyard, and yet,
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, that's a really massive problem.
Yeah, I mean, every country has their own issues, but I think collectively we all can agree that everywhere around the world there are still, people who are still hungry and couldn't even put food on the
For
table.
sure.
Um, yeah,
That's hard. You went deep.
small things.
Yeah, 100%. So, like, just in terms of being a personal trainer, and now, and you're doing part time at the bank, right?
Oh, I'm doing actually do full time at
Full
the
time at
bank,
the bank,
and
and
then I still
your
do.
side hustle is doing personal training.
Yes, I
Yeah.
still do around 15 to 20 hours at the
Because were
gym.
you at one point full time being a personal trainer
Yes.
at one point, and then what made you take the leap of faith to jump into that kind of industry?
Okay, so before personal training was retail management with Anne. Awesome. She left, and then my partner in crime at the time, which is this other bro called Jed, which he might be on the show later. Um, he himself also relocated to another store branch, and I think for me at that time, part of me just had a calling to say, "Hey, I've been here long enough. Um, I don't think that retail. I think this is the most retail is going will be giving me for in terms of experiences and connections. I just need to get out there and pursue something, even if it's scary. And at the time,
Pause. That's exactly what I
yeah,
wanted to ask you. So even though you were scared,
Oh, I was
Fear-
shit scared. I was shit scared. I'm telling you.
fearful,
Yeah,
which like 100% totally get that.
yeah.
What made you just go for it? Like what was the drive within you? Like the inner being of you saying to you in order for you to just like get to that point.
Um, Excitement was one of the things.
Nice.
I was actually, I was already finishing my PT certificate, and I was actually very excited to get that started. But the other part of me was realizing that if I am gonna stay in this retail job, I am going to continue being somewhat unhappy with where I am. Um, I can only foresee myself being here in this position for this long with this much fulfillment, um, and I need a bit of a kick as well. And for all of you out there, if you feel like you actually are not sure, or I mean, if every day you wake up and you can't see yourself progressing, in a certain field that you're working in at the moment, have a think. Actually, have a take a seat, have a think, and see what out there is somewhat scaring you, but also bringing you excitement at the same time. Because there's a saying that's um, fortunes and misfortunes pretty close together. So where there's something that scares you, it should also excite you.
So there's a balance to
There's
it.
a balance to it.
There's a balance to it.
Yeah.
Totally get you on that one. Nice. All right. Well, what is some advice that you would give to those out there that are wanting to pursue being a personal trainer? Like, what were some of the things that you had to do to get yourself to that, to actually completing it and moving forward into it?
I would say depends on your drive. If you are wanting to commit to something like 120%, this is what you want. Who cares if you flop tomorrow? Then go for it. If you are more on the conservative side, which I was in between. I was in the middle of being conservative and also, wing it. Who cares? Screw it. Then you can really kind of take your time studying. There are certain courses out there which will let you get your certificate within 6 to 12 months, or there are courses out there that will give you your personal training certificate within 2 years. Just
And
depends.
which one did you go for?
I went for the National Academy of Sports Medicine, which is run by the states,
Nice.
and that was a 12 months course, and you could study at your own time. Not gonna lie, getting the course wasn't so hard, or was doing the continuous learning, because in this field you'll never learn enough. There's always going to be a new scenario for you to experiment in terms of training theories, and kind of like exploring your learning. um, but yeah, I would say to people that if you just depends on what you like to do. And also with personal training, if there are three things I believe will make a great personal trainer. One, you have to love being around people. Like, you have to be a people person. Number two is you have to know, you have to be inspiring enough, or like passionate enough to keep doing your learning. And number three, you have to be able to deliver your education knowledge, or like your training knowledge, or whatever you want to leave to your clients. Yeah, those are the three things you need to have as a personal trainer.
So, like, just in terms of how you're a personal trainer,
Mhm.
if anybody out there wants to get in contact with you for personal training, where would they be able to reach you?
They will be able to find me on the City Fitness website or apps.
City Fitness.
So I'm a personal trainer at City Fitness, mainly at Ormiston. It's because I live near there, and it's one of the biggest gym facilities in Auckland. The gym itself, I believe, has over a handful, thousands of members.
Awesome.
And I've built quite a bit of a family over there. So if you ever see me, you probably will see me every day. If you're there often, you probably see me a lot. And I'm pretty much there a lot, even when I'm not working out. I'm with a client, or if I'm not with a client, I'll be working out. And yeah.
All right, guys, you heard it. So if you are after a personal trainer, or even if you want to do some banking, as he's at the bank, hit him up. He's with City Fitness. You will find him, Peter Ma, right?
I charge a lot.
He charges a lot, but he's worth it. But like we're all out here trying to make a living. So if you guys are keen to get a personal trainer, hit Peter up. Even if it's not Peter that you want to work with, like he can like give you to the right trainer.
We have, yeah, we have some really qualified trainers.
Awesome.
Some of them are even more qualified than myself. All depends on your goals and needs. We do have female trainers as well. So yeah, if you guys ever need a hand,
Nice.
if you see me, have a chat. We can have a chat, and if you need direction on something, I can give you a referral.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Peter, for coming through to speak to me. Peter's my first guest on here. But just to end this, I wanted to leave a piece that Jay Shetty has put forward. It is time to take risks, try new things, and learn skills. Don't stress about the future. Figure out who you are now. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And we will be back next week, Sunday, 5 p.m. Yay!
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming.